Aloha and welcome to the East Oahu Realty Report, third quarter 2015.
If we look at the big picture, we can see that house prices in the United States rose 5.4% through the second quarter of 2015, year over year. This is the fourth consecutive year of price increases with a seasonally adjusted index.
Colorado and Nevada lead the nation with double-digit price appreciation again for the second quarter in a row, while the state of Hawaii was fourth in the nation. Hawaii saw an increase of about 10%.
The city and county of Honolulu is up about 5% year over year and remains strong in price appreciation. Honolulu is ranked 93rd in the nation after cities like number 1, Reno, Nevada, up 15%, and Port St. Lucie, Florida, up about 13%.
If we look at the nation's financial stress index in the third quarter, it is at negative 0.7 points. You can see we are down from the index's highs of nearly 6 points during the last recession, highlighted in red.
In September, most of the supply indicators increased, from active and new listings to month supply. However, month's supply of inventory on the market remains around 3 months for both categories, which is historically still low and considered a seller's market.
When home inventory is around 3 months, historically, this corresponds with double-digit price appreciation.
Through the first 3 quarters of 2015, closing volume was up about 5% for both categories. There were almost 2,600 single-family homes and 3,800 condominiums sold. About 12% of these single-family homes closings were below $500,000, demonstrating that there are options at all price points in the market. Over time, we can see the peak and trough pattern that demand follows.
If we overlay month supply on this demand chart, we can see the inverse relationship between supply and demand over the last 27 years. Currently, supply is low and demand is high.
The effect of this low supply and high demand is likely what is putting upward pressure on median sales price. In September, prices rose about 8% for single-family homes and 6% for condominiums year over year. Single-family homes reached a new record high of $730,000. Projections through 2018 are that with an average of 4% growth, we could reach $757,000 for single-family homes and $415,000 for condominiums.
Pending sales is a count of the properties that have offers accepted on them in a given month. In September, they were up about 8% for single-family homes and 11% for condominiums.
Days on market is a good measure of market velocity, or how quickly homes are selling. In September, market velocity decreased for single-family homes and increased for condominiums. Single-family homes sold 5% slower and condominiums sold 17% quicker year over year.
In September of 2015, homeowners realized about 99% of their asking price, which is up about 2% for both categories.
Looking at Honolulu's employment by sector over the last 4 years, we see government, education, and healthcare employment remaining firm. Hospitality and professional services are turning up, while trade and transport, financial, and construction employment are stabilizing.
In this chart, we can see the amount of real estate loans relative to total bank assets over the last 40 years. This indicates bank exposure to real estate purchases. Too low of a number is negative, and too high can indicate a bubble. We are currently at 25%. This is off 10% from the ratio's high of 35% in the peak of the market in 2006.
The line in the graph represents an index that tracks Hawaii's economic activity. We can see the last 5 U.S. recessions highlighted in red. Since the spring of 2010, the index has recovered 16.71 points.
Visitor days topped 53 million through August 2015. This was up about 4% compared to the same period last year.
In September, visitor arrivals were up 3.11% year over year.
In the first 8 months of 2015, visitor spending topped $10.2 billion. This is up 3.1% year over year.
In summary, for the third quarter of 2015, prices were up for both categories, and supply remains low. Market velocity is around 21 days for both categories. And lastly, there was a continued stabilizing of Hawaii's economy.
The neighborhood of the quarter is Hawaii Kai single-family homes. Demand is up. There have been 151 closed sales through the third quarter. This is an increase of 14%. Supply did decrease slightly by 1% to 217 new listings. This high demand and decreased supply through the third quarter of 2015 may have caused Hawaii Kai's median price to rise 17% for single-family homes.
If we look at Hawaii Kai single-family homes using the seasonal buying patterns chart, we can see that over the past 3 years, the most closings of 239 have occurred between the months of June through September. If we assume an average closing time of 45 to 60 days, these units went into escrow during the selling season of May to August. Therefore, May through August would be the best time period to list a single-family home in Hawaii Kai. Conversely, by the same logic, a buyer could expect the lowest competition in the months of December and January.
If we look at the pond analysis for Hawaii Kai in the past 6 months, we can see that on average, 28 new listings entered the market each month. The listings are exiting the pond or being sold at a lower rate than they are coming in at 22.5 per month. With 94 listings currently on the market, there are 4.2 months of inventory on the market.
Given these different rates of ingress and egress to the pond and our current inventory, sellers have about a 23.9% chance of selling each month. These numbers earn Hawaii Kai single-family homes the neighborhood of the quarter.
With the help of a proven professional, you can navigate this often confusing and difficult process with ease. When you work with East Oahu Realty, you work with a team of knowledgeable and experienced professionals equipped with special expertise. Thank you for watching, and until next quarter, aloha.
It's not quite the same as the ocean blue. And oh,